Hey, what's up, Roxstars, y'all? I'm feeling pretty good today. Actually, today is the best that I have felt in probably a week. Still a little bit of pain, but nothing like it has been. And actually, last night I slept like a fucking rock. Okay, I was able to, I didn't hear my husband had to take my son to basketball at like 5:30 this morning, and I didn't even hear them, nothing going on in the house, and I haven't slept that soundly in a long time. So thanks to everybody out there who's been giving me well wishes. Yeah, I'm finally feeling like it's on the mend. I was worried by that third day. That medication was not working. It actually felt worse than it did the first day. I was just like, what is going on? I thought I would have some relief, but now I'm on day 5 of my medicine, and yeah, I think we might be rolling back. I was like, shit, I can't even get my cute walk on. Don't even want to put my cute clothes on at work, because I was like, nigga can't be cute and limping through the damn building. So anyway, I know y'all vain. Anyway, though, you know what time it is, right? This is just a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. Alright, you guys, first up on my stories to talk about the San Bernardino shooting. Okay, there was a party at the Inland Regional Center late morning on Wednesday. Suspects Syed Farouk, who is an inspector with the county health department, along with his wife. I didn't get her name down right. Anyway, you guys, they came to a holiday party that was taking place at the time and opened fire. They said that they killed 14 people and they injured 17 more. By all accounts, this was a random shooting and no one really understood why he was attacking the people like that. All we do know was that he left this party that he was attending earlier angry. He went home, picked up his wife, they put on their tactical gear, they got their weapons, rifles, guns, bombs, went back to the center, and then commenced the shooting, you guys. So just a complete mess. Okay, they say that throughout all of the panic and everybody running trying to save themselves, people noticed who he was and reported that to the police. So the police, I'm assuming, got the address of the name that they thought it was and went to his apartment in Redlands, about 10 miles away from the facility that the party was taking place at. They were sitting there, I guess, staking out the location, and they said that a large Ford SUV drove up slowly, and then when they noticed that the police was there, they sped off. Okay, so then the police gave chase. Supposedly the wife was driving. This Farouk guy was shooting from the window. After this chase went on for a little while, they stopped, and they were shooting back and forth with the police. The Farouk guy and his wife, I suppose, got off about 80 shots. The police got off about 400 shots. Okay, so I'm sure they knew that they were probably going to die in this. When you do these type of things, I guess you have to know that the chances of you surviving is very, very slim. And yeah, with 400 shots, yeah, I guess they was making sure that, these two didn't make it out of this alive. But you guys, just a mess. They say that he had bombs at the facility where the party was. They found 3 bombs there that they had to detonate. They also said when they got into his apartment, they found more guns, rifles, pipe bombs, equipment, and tools to make more bombs, thousands and thousands of rounds of ammunition. So just, you guys, I'm telling you, every day it seems like you hear something. Actually, I heard on the radio, and it still doesn't make sense to me, but they're saying that we've had more mass shootings where it was at least 4 or more people that were shot at one time in the United States this year than we have had days. They say we've had 333 mass shootings, some that make it to the news, obviously, and then others that didn't. But still, just, I don't know what to make of this whole gun violence thing, you guys. It's just, like, I feel like you should be able to have a gun to protect yourself in your home. I don't understand the use for these semi-automatic rifles, and why are they selling these type of things? I thought the whole fact of you wanting to protect yourself and having, the right to bear arms meant that you had a gun, a handgun. You pull a trigger a couple of times to get the person away from you, get them off of you. Why would you need a semi-automatic for one person? Do you have a squad of people coming to attack you? Like, why is those type of things still on the streets? Why are you able to buy them? They said that they had just purchased one of those guns or something that same morning or something like that. So the gun violence has gotten so out of control to the point where I just feel like you don't know. I mean, there's nowhere where you can really truly feel safe. I mean, if they're going to shoot up a facility where they treat mentally ill and physically disabled people, then I mean, they shoot up schools, they shoot up people that have ailments, they shoot up banks, kids, folks in the mall, just walking down the street. It has just gotten so out of control to the point where I don't even know what the answer would be. I mean, how is it that you even can get all of these guns off of the streets? When they said that they had all that ammunition and guns and rifles at their house, like, you know, I don't know. So anyway, the 2 people were killed. They thought that there was a 3rd person involved because there was a report of someone running and jumping the fence in the area where the shootout with, you know, the husband and wife was, but it turns out that no, that wasn't, they don't believe that person was you know, tied in hell. He might have been running, trying to get the hell out of the way. When you hear 500 rounds being shot right in your, you know, general vicinity, yeah, it's time to get the hell up out the way. Even still, when you hear about the magnitude and the amount of this whole operation, it just makes you feel like there still was probably other people that was involved. And, you know, I don't know if we'll ever hear the stories about the, you know, what else happened in this case, because it's, you know, shit happens every day and then we move on to the next case. We don't never hear anything else about this. But I just feel like it can't just be these 2 that, you know, was able to get all of this ammunition and guns and bomb material and all of this. He was the husband was a citizen of the United States. The wife was not. She was here on she was a yeah, I didn't even write it down. But the wife, you know, she was supposed to be here. It wasn't like she was an illegal alien or anything like that, but she is not a natural citizen of the United States. Sad situation, one, because they're Muslim, and, you know, this is just another moment where, you know, the Muslims get a bad rap. Okay, so to not even try to get real deep with it, this is another reason for people to think that all Muslims out there are out to kill, steal, and destroy, when that's not the case. There's definitely a domestic terrorism problem in the United States. Some of them are Muslim, some of them are American, some of them could be Mexican, some of them might be Russian, some of them might be Syrian. I don't know if we can pinpoint it to one particular group. I mean, it's a problem. There's many problems in the world today, okay? And there's many nationalities that are involved, including some Americans. You know, people are upset with whatever the fuck they're upset with. But you guys, I haven't really been following the story because, once again, it just gets to the point where so many things happen that you start to shut down. It's just too much to keep on trying to process. So if you know more about the story, because I think more things have come out since then, but this was the generalized story that 14 people died, 17 injured, some shot, others just trying to get the hell out of the way and hurt themselves, you know, in the panic of fleeing. But yeah, just a sad situation. So praying for, you know, the West Coast, Cali, my home, San Bernardino, not where I'm from, but still just as a person, knowing that people out there is just willing to go and shoot up for whatever reason. You guys, I cannot even process these type of stories no more. I hate even talking about them. I know I have to because it is at the top of the blogs, but yeah, sad situation. Prayers up for all those affected, those killed, the families that were involved, all of them. Let's hope and pray that we can get a true solution to all of the gun violence in the world today. Guys, on a much nicer and happier note, The Wiz. Did you guys watch it last night? TheWizLive on NBC. It came on at 8 p.m. and it was excellent. I was so happy to see all of the black cast, the stage, the costumes, the choreography, the singing, the costumes, just all of it. I thought it was very well done, very well put together. And I just had like a streak of nostalgia just sitting there and watching a play that I had seen back when I was probably 12 years old in Los Angeles with my parents. A lot of people were confused and thinking that it was going to be based off of the movie The Wiz, when really it was based off of the stage play, the Broadway stage play, The Wiz, which still had the same idea of the movie, but it was a little bit, the play was quite a bit more in line with the actual Wizard of Oz movie. But yeah, I thought it was a well acted and smooth portrayal of the stage play. I thought the newcomer, what's her name, you guys? Shanice Williams. They said this is her first gig. I thought she did very, very well and was able to hold up with a more seasoned cast. That were in the play for the most part were all celebrities that we knew. They did well. I thought Neil did very well as the Tin Man. Neil is a very talented boy. Didn't realize he was so fucking tiny. Okay, between Neil and the guy who played the Scarecrow, I was like, they are teeny tiny. David Alan Grier as the lion, I thought he did very well. The lion had dreadlocks. I was cracking up because I remember in the play his hair was real curly. But anyway, even that David Alan Grier is not known as a singer, I think he was able to hold up well with, you know, those who had more of a stronger voice. The same with Uzo Udaba. I thought she did very well. And it was cool to see Glinda the Good Witch to be a dark-skinned sister. Very voluptuous and all of that going on, but still, you guys, it was a good feeling. I thought Amber Riley fucking blew that song away. I never watched Glee, and I knew she could sing, but you know, when you hear somebody sing live and they're able to stick it the way that she did, that girl, shit, she should be on Broadway. That's how well she did. I felt like she was probably the smoothest acting in the whole play, even though she only had, you know, she didn't have that big of a part. Mary J. Blige, I thought she was a really good cantankerous and mean, you know, Eveline. I thought that she had all of the facial expressions and, you know, she had the growl in her voice. And I thought she did a really good job. I just felt like everyone did a really good job. Queen Latifah, I was cracking up when we got to the Emerald City because it was very obvious that they borrowed a lot of the choreography for that part from, you know, the gay culture with the voguing and the, you know, the thing where they do the dance like this and, you know, just the whole fabulousness of dance culture in the gay, you know, community. But I was cool with it. It wasn't overt to me, but it was obvious. They actually had a lot of the dances of today in the play. A lot of, you know, recent cultural pop references, which was cool. We saw Neil do the dab a few times. I saw the nay. I saw when they do this dance. What's this dance called, y'all? What's that dance called? They did that dance, and there was a bunch of other little dances in there that I picked up on, and it made me smile because these are all things that make us black. Some of those things you would probably only pick up on if you were black. And that was the good part of the play, that I felt like it was something wholesome, absolutely no ratchetness involved, and it was all black people. These days and age, you know, we enjoy our reality TV, we enjoy our dramas, our comedy shows, but a lot of times you just don't get this kind of wholesomeness anymore. I felt like they kept the whole Wiz thing exactly the way it needed to be. I just totally enjoyed it. Some people were complaining, but I think that those are people who just wanted to complain, okay? Because I honestly couldn't catch really any problems. The only thing I was just like, why are her skirt so short? That was the only thing that kept on making me, she was leggy. I don't know how tall she was, but she had long legs, so her skirt being short, there was a couple of scenes where I was just like, ooh, just a little bit longer, Dorothy. But, you know, if I had to say that was the only issue that I had, I felt like the play was great. Okay, and I haven't seen any of the other live plays that they've done on NBC, but I know they've done A Sound of Music, and they've done Peter Pan live. Next scheduled is Grease, which is like one of my favorite movies, so I can't wait to see that as well. But I think it's really cool that they're doing this, that they're bringing these plays to TV, and that, you know, we're getting to see people's acting and singing chops in a live situation, live setting like this. At first, it was a little strange to get used to it because we're used to having soundtracks, or we're used to something being filmed and not necessarily live, or we're used to some sort of interaction with some sort of pseudo audience or something. So once you got into the feel that, no, I'm actually watching a play, and it's not a Tyler Perry play where there's an audience there where they can get feedback, but these people are actually acting on a thing. You know, once I got comfortable with that, then it was cool. What did you guys think about the play? Do you guys feel the same as me? Did you look at it and smile the whole time? Yeah, let me know what you thought about the play, but I have nothing but good things to say about the play. I think everybody did a very, very good job. You guys, real fast with the Soul Train Awards. I didn't do a review for it because I've had videos every single day this week and there was no way for me to fit it in, but we can talk about it really, really fast. I have my notes here from the thing. First of all, Erykah Badu as host. I love Erykah Badu. It's so funny because we think of Erykah Badu as being, you know, queen mother, you know, of soul, of, you know, she's this whole, you know, her tea, her myrrh, you know, she got to get her center, you know, onks and all of whatnots, extra deep sister brother type. But in Erykah's essence, she is actually a very funny person. I've picked that up on her, you know, from other things that she's done, and just she's witty and she's clever and she says funny things, and I thought that she was a really good host because I think a lot of times you don't expect that out of her and you just want her to be in deep mode all the time. So it was refreshing to see her up there. Yes, I did pick up on the shade. Of course, you know, it was very overt what she said about Iggy. That was the only thing I was just like, well, damn. I mean, you know, Iggy ain't did nothing to nobody for them to just come out and pick on her like that. But you know, Iggy is still doing well on her own. She's gonna always have to face these problems. You know, some of the shit that's happened to her, she's done to herself. Some of the stuff is not deserving. But other than that, yeah, I thought that Erykah Badu was hilarious as a host. She did very, very well. Let's see. Let's talk about the special awards. Jill Scott won the Lady of Soul, and that was presented by Regina Hall. Jill Scott came up there and sang a medley of her songs. Jill Scott looked great. I love Jill Scott. I love Jill Scott's music. I hate her last CD. Y'all, I tried. Maybe I need to listen to it again, but I was just like, oh, it's not what I wanted from Jill. But still, Jill is Jill, and how can you not love Jill and all that Jill does? So she was very deserving. This was the first time that they gave out the Lady of Soul award. Then we also had a special, some sort of legendary thing for Babyface. Let me see, what did I write down was his Legend Award, Babyface. Okay, and that was presented by L.A. Reid, who was his partner for many, many, many years, not sexually, you guys. Yeah, Babyface I don't think is gay, but honey, the damn jury is still out on L.A. Reid, alright? Babyface has written so much music and is so responsible for so many hits that you totally forget about until you start to watch them do the dedications and all of the different songs. It was good to see After 7 back up there. I used to love Ready or Not, you guys. Tevin Campbell came and did well. I mean, you know, Tevin has gotten older, but we all have, so, you know. Brandy came and sang Sitting Up in My Room. I thought she did very well, looked very good. I love Brandy. I love Brandy that she continues to win, even though, you know, it's very subtle and you know, quiet and low-key, but Brandy is still always going to be there and a force to be reckoned with. Boyz II Men sang I'll Make Love to You and End of the Road, which they had to do because that is so Babyface. Bobby Brown, okay, bless Bobby Brown's heart, he sang Tenderoni. We grinned and bore it. We gonna always love Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown can't sing anymore. And I think it's, you know, if it wasn't just because this was this whole dedication for Babyface, we don't need to see Bobby up on the stage no more. Fantasia got up there and sang Exhale, what's it called, the Shoop song, and then she also sang Superwoman, that's originally sang by Karen White, which I was surprised that they didn't have Karen White there. I don't know what that was about. Karen White did come out and say that she was upset that she wasn't invited. I don't know, can Karen White still sing? I haven't seen Karen White in a long time. I thought Fantasia did very well with the song. I mean, how can you not love the grit and the grime and the stank and the funk that comes along with Fantasia? That bitch puts everything in a whole nother mode, a whole nother level. Okay, it's just got the stank for real on it. So love Fantasia, but yeah, it was different than, of course, how Karen White would have sang it. Maybe they wanted that kind of feel to the song, and that's why they didn't ask Karen White. I don't know about that. And then we had Babyface sing Whip Appeal, who he still sounds good. And Whip Appeal is a great song. You guys, I forgot how much I love that song too. I was cool with the Babyface whole dedication. You know, them things can get real dicey. You don't never know how the legendary awards can go. Sometimes they get people up there to sing the songs, and you'd be like, why the fuck did they ask this person to sing this song? You know, so yeah, that was cool. But other than that, let's see, what were some of the other performances? Tyrese did Ashamed, and Tyrese always does well because Tyrese can sing his ass off. Sometimes I just wish he would just sing and not say shit else, okay? And he just fine to look at if you just shut up. We had Jeremiah, okay, he sang his damn Mile High Club. Is that the name of the song? I just made that up, I think. But y'all know what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? We can do it in the city. Run with Tapa. Me and my whistle, something. But I get lost. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. V. Bozeman, she sang something leading out into a commercial. This Soul Cypher was cool. It was a good little idea. Didn't you guys think? They had Erykah Badu playing the DJ, and then it was Chrisette Michele, Layla Hathaway, Eddie Levert, and KC. Okay, a strange little mixture there. I would never have put them four together, but it worked. I mean, you know, we had to see, you know, Paw Eddie and Uncle KC get up there looking like, you know, somebody's family members from a, you know, reunion or whatever. But other than that, it was cool. Layla Hathaway, always something about her voice, the timbre of her voice, the smoothness is such a voice that nobody else sounds like Layla Hathaway. And I just love her first album that she came out with. Ooh, there's something. Let me get my voice right. You and I have something, how I wanna be around where you really can see that you and I. Okay, I'm getting all off my voice. Y'all, I know I can't sing. I used to be able to sing back in the day though, for real. Jasmine Sullivan. Okay, just Jasmine. I just love Jasmine. That bitch can sing her ass off. You know, we had to take it on back to church with Erica Campbell. She need a little bit more Jesus. I can never really get into that song. It just sounds almost country to me. But it is one of those feel good, kind of rousing, you know, when you need to be in church and you want to pick up the speed of things, you play one of them kind of songs. Get everybody back in it, you know, usually after somebody then had a testimony that was real sad and everybody's down and pastor need everybody to be back up. Okay, you pull out I need a little bit more Jesus type song. And you know, them Campbell girls can always sing, so anytime they're on the stage is good. Cameo. Why do I not remember them saying Word Up? I guess Cameo was saying Word Up. Why did they sing Word Up? Like, well, I don't remember that, you guys. I have it on my notes though. Okay, and then of course R. Kelly. I mean, what can you not? I love R. Kelly. I know R. Kelly has his problems, okay, and but I love R. Kelly. I love R. Kelly's music. I have all of his albums. I've been to see him in concert. The man is awesome. He has so much of a huge catalog. Just himself, not that he's written for anybody else, but just himself, his catalog is so huge. He can never even fully sing all of his songs at the concert. That's the only thing that's real frustrating, because if he sang all of his songs, fuck, we'd be there 5 hours, and probably longer than that because he has more albums than that. So he sings little snippets of each song. Snippets, that's not a word, right? And that's kind of frustrating because you just be getting into my mind's telling me no, and then he don't sing the rest. You'd be like, but what about my body? My body is telling me yes. Shit. But yeah, R. Kelly did really well. I mean, he sang a whole bunch of songs. Just all of his songs, the ones that you want to hear. Yeah, he sang all of that. So yeah, the SoulTrain Awards were really, really good. Did I tell you guys who won what? Okay, Best New Artist, Jadena won. Best Dance Performer, Silento. Silent toe. Now watch me work. Watch me nay-nay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. Watch me do it. Ooh, watch me. Why we always, old people always want to do the Cabbage Patch? Ooh. Best collaboration was won by Omarion and Chris Brown for, I'm imagining, Supposed to Be. And the Centric Certified Award was won by Tyrese. Okay, so that was pretty much the Soul Train Awards. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good. I thought everybody that performed can sing, which is always a must for the Soul Train Awards. I mean, you know, you have your Hip Hop Awards where it be your rap shit, and you got your American Music Awards where, you know, you got all your pop music and stuff. But when we get the Soul Train Awards, I'm gonna need everybody to fucking be able to sing live, do it right. 99% of everybody that got up there can sing and do it, with the exception of Bobby, y'all. But we still love Bobby. Still love Bobby. You guys tell me you're good and you're bad of the Soul Train Awards. Did you guys watch it, and did you enjoy it? So they say that Apollo's sentence was shortened by 2 years, that he was moved from the Kentucky facility that he was in up to a low security facility in New Jersey. I was like, Lord, them kids ain't gonna never see their daddy now. Phaedra can't take her ass to Kentucky. She sure enough ain't going to no damn New Jersey. But they say that that's a good sign, that he'll probably get out a little bit earlier than they expected. Now his date of release is in 2020. That shit still seem real far away to me, but hey, if you like it, I love it. Okay, so now that, I guess that means that Mr. President and Mr. New Year's Eve will be what? Some to around 7 and 10 instead of 9 and 12 or something like that when Daddy gets out. So maybe they have a little time to bond, get it back together. Because honey, once they get to 10, 11, y'all, I'm telling you, them kids is already pretty much set in their ways, and you gonna have a hard time trying to break through, especially some boys and their daddy. So y'all can look forward to seeing Mr. Apollo out in 2020 instead of 2022. Speaking of jail time, Mendeecees Harris, you guys. Something that fine will also be going to jail for 8 years. Not sure when his sentence will start, but yeah, he's been sentenced. And it's a wrap. Look, you do the crime, you pay the time, okay? You have to be responsible for what you've done. And I think that Mendeecees has fully accepted what he's done wrong. He put out a statement and just said, yeah, I made some bad choices in the past. And, I had some issues growing up, and it affected me and made me make these bad decisions. And, right when shit was looking like it was going well for me is like when I had to pay the piper. Okay, not trying to pass the buck on anybody. My family is all very well prepared. We all knew it was coming. My wife, my kids, I'm sorry that this is happening, but, thank you for sticking by me. I mean, I thought it was a very mature letter. What else can you say? I've got to do this. Everybody knows I did what I did, and now I've got to, I got to go to jail. So, just sad, though, because, y'all, that Mendeecees, he is just something fine. Okay, everybody was just like, oh, Yandy's so stupid. She's a, we've all made bad decisions. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best decision, but you love who you love. You want to be with the people you want to be with, and you just have to, in the end are going to be responsible for however that turns out. The grown-ups, okay? You got these little kids. It's going to fall on you whether or not these kids are able to adapt to what has happened to their father, or if the shit gets fucked up some kind of way, okay? So everybody else don't need to be in the business like that, okay? It's just that it is what it is, right? Okay, so yeah, poor Mendeecees, y'all. My heart did ache a little bit for old Mendeecees. Keep your head up, Apollo. Keep your head up, Mendeecees. It's all going to end one day. Chiraq, the movie. Have you guys seen the trailer for the movie? Okay, I saw the trailer from the movie. I had to read up on what this movie was about. When you go to the IDBM, is that what it's called? IMDb, IBDM, whatever it's called, you guys. It's said to be a modern day version of an ancient Greek play called Lysistrata by Aristophanes, okay, set against the backdrop of gang violence in Chicago. And it's a star-studded cast. Many of the actors in the movie that you've seen in past Spike Lee films. But you guys know how Spike Lee can be sometimes. He likes to take a satirical approach. He likes satire, and a lot of times people just don't get it, or people just don't have the patience to try to figure out what it is that Spike Lee is trying to say. Sometimes it'll fall flat on the viewer because the subject matter will be so much deeper and so much more involved and so much more serious that a lot of people will take offense to him, you know, joking around about, in this case, the extreme violence in Chicago. Now, in this case of the movie, like I said, it's based on this Greek play. The premise is that if a woman will withhold sex from the man, then they would stop killing each other. And that would mean that the violence in the Chicago streets would stop. People in Chicago feel like the subject matter in this movie is trivializing the issue, which is that people are getting killed left and right in Chicago. And you mean to tell me that you're going to say that if a black woman decides to not have sex with a man, that would cut it all out? Certainly sex is not the answer to the many, many issues in Chicago. And not only that, but you know, there's plenty that says that this is going to victimize black women even further, that the power of the pussy, so to speak, is all that we need to, you know, wave over a man's head to get them to do what we want them to do. You know how the arguments will go. I will admit, when you watch the trailer, it kind of does deflect you from what the more serious of the issues in the movie can be because of its very highly sexualized portrayal. Trailers are only a couple of minutes long, and trailers can be really good for a movie or really bad for a movie. I felt like when I watched the trailer, I couldn't necessarily see what I just told you guys that the movie was about. Well, I could see where they were saying that the women withhold the sex and all of that, but you don't really see it being too much about the gang violence and the shooting and the killings and all of that. So I don't know if the trailer is going to be the best, you know, way to get people to want to go out and see the movie. Now, I'm a Spike Lee fan, and I like Spike Lee's movies usually. There's been a few that I didn't really like. Bamboozled, I just couldn't get it, you guys. I mean, I got it, but I just was like, no. But I usually can understand what Spike Lee is trying to do, and I was just like kind of disappointed that the trailer, I can see where people would be turned off. Nick Cannon is in the movie, which I was shocked. I didn't know he was in the movie, and I was just like, never is it a good idea to have Nick Cannon play in a gangster. Why do people put him in these type of movies? He's not convincing like that. We will never, ever think of Nick Cannon in that way. So like that alone to me was like immediately made me want to turn away from it, because I just can't get into Nick Cannon in that type of role, really in any kind of role. But definitely I would be better with picking him up on comedy and not something satire, which comedy and satire sometimes are very different things. But I'm here for the deeper subject matter in the movie, and I do want to see it. And I've heard that the movie is really good, so it's controversial for sure. And if that's what they were trying to do, then they achieved that. I just hope that the controversy doesn't get so big that it turns people away from going to see the movie, because if the movie doesn't do that well in the beginning, a lot of theaters are going to take it out, and it won't be available for anybody to see. And maybe it will open a discussion of all the shit that's going on in Chicago. You know, you hear different things about, some people say, you know, Chicago violence is bad, but you know that there's plenty other cities that have a whole bunch of violence, and you know, this whole thing with it being Chiraq is glorifying just Chicago and just pointing out one small problem in a huge, big nation of problems in other cities. You guys just tell me what you think. If you've seen the trailer, if you're gonna see the movie, if you understand what Spike Lee is trying to do, or are you kind of just like, I'm so fucking sick of Spike Lee and always having to turn shit around and kind of changing up what the issue is for entertainment value, or, you know, just tell me what you guys think about the show. But yeah, I'm definitely going to see the movie, and if I do, I probably will come back and tell you guys what I thought about it. Coco and Ice-T, you guys, they have had their baby girl, okay, 5 pounds 7 ounce Chanel Nicole. This is Coco's first child, and this is Ice-T's third, as he has 2 grown kids already, because the motherfucker is 3 years away from being 60 fucking years old. I was like, child, we got to get Coco checked for worms. This old ass motherfucker is impregnating these poor little babies. Anyway, you guys, I'm just kidding. Them two are always been a cute couple to me. They seem to really love each other. I think they said they've been married since 2002, so they've been married a long time. This is the first baby for the couple, so congratulations to the two of them. Also, you guys, back on November 10th, I didn't really report about it because I didn't think anybody cared, but my girl S asked me to announce that Benzino and Althea had their little baby boy. He was 5 pounds, I think 11 ounces, Mr. Zeno Scott. Okay, they named him after Benzino, even though Benzino's real name is Raymond. So, yeah, Zeno Scott, again, this is Benzino's third child as well, and Althea's first child. Okay, so those two situations mirror each other. I don't think Benzino is as old as Ice-T is, but you know, we might have to check that bitch too. Congratulations to the happy couple. Well, not really the happy couple. Them two seem to have so much fucking drama. Something tells me that Althea is a handful. And then I think that he is also quite dramatic. So, yeah, they have a lot of drama there. I'm wondering how that poor child gonna fare with both his parents being crazy. And then lastly, you guys, Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock adopted a little girl from Louisiana, the same place that she adopted her little son, Louis, okay, who she affectionately named after jazz musician Louis Armstrong. She adopted her son back in 2010. You guys remember it was a real turbulent time for her because that was when all that shit came out with her husband at the time. What's his name? I mean, not the tattoo guy. The motorcycle guy, Jesse James, I guess. Is it Jesse James? Yeah, I think it's Jesse James. Anyway, you don't even hear nothing about him anymore, child. They forgot about his ass for real. But right when she was going to divorce with him, she was also adopting they were adopting the boy together, but then when they divorced, she continued on with her own, adopting a child on her own. Now she's adopted a little girl, a little black girl. They say her name is Lila. She said that specifically, Louis said, don't you bring no white child up in here. This baby got to be black just like me. So she got a little black girl. People I know have their things that they say about white people adopting black kids. To me, a child that's adopted, especially an American child, you know, when you adopt from within the United States and you haven't gone over to different countries to adopt, I mean, I think that that's a good thing because it's a child that's taken out of the system and, you know, in a permanent home where they can get on with their lives. I'm hoping that she would, you know, maybe keep these kids' cultural experiences with them being from Louisiana and, you know, there being a real strong culture there. Hopefully she'll keep them, you know, involved in that type of thing. But I don't think it's a bad thing that she's white and the kids are black. You know, black people can go adopt up some white kids if you want to too, you know, everybody. I just feel like if there's kids out there that need a loving home, why not? Maybe black people should adopt more if they're able to afford it. And, you know, then we wouldn't have the problem of black kids being out there just waiting around to be adopted. Now, she adopted the kid a while ago, a couple of months ago, and she was trying to acclimate the child into her life, you know, quietly. But then paparazzi caught her taking the little girl to the doctor one day, and she found out that the pictures were being shopped around and, you know, they were trying to exploit it that way. And that's when she finally had to come out and say, yes, I did adopt another child. So congratulations to her and little Lila and little Louis. Okay, the family is growing. She definitely can afford them, and she seems like she loves them. So that's it. And I love Sandra Bullock, so she was always going to get a pass from me. Okay, if she's doing something good, she's always going to get a pass from me. All right, everybody, let me get off of here. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.